This week on Beyond Stillness, Stories After Stroke, we share our New Year Community Special. We recorded our stroke and TBI survivor gathering this week as a way to publicly share our celebrations from 2024 and intentions for the year ahead. From publishing books, contributing to art shows, walking 5Ks, to fostering supportive connections, our guests share what they've achieved and visions that inspire their year ahead. Whether focusing on physical recovery, emotional resilience, or new beginnings, these stories remind us of the strength found in community and in self-discovery. Let's dive in. Thank you for joining us for part 1 of our New Year Community Special with the Beyond Stillness Stroke and TBI Survivor Group.
Beyond Stillness, Stories After Stroke is made possible by our guests and tax-deductible donations from friends and listeners like you. Join us in empowering stroke survivors with stories of wisdom, purpose, connection, and hope at www.beyondstillness.org.
Hello and welcome to Beyond Stillness, Stories After Stroke. Stroke offers a powerful, life-changing shift in perspective. Each colorful memory creates a parable for life's greater teachings, a compass for journeys ahead, and inspired wisdom for unique growth. Beyond Stillness offers a moment of pause for storytelling and reflection. Ultimately, we create a welcoming environment that reveres the moment beyond stroke's paralysis. Still moments unite humanity and divinity. I'm your host, Molly Bucola. As we begin today, we take a moment of pause, a moment we set intentions, ways that we can be and become our inspired selves. And we give thanks. Now, part 1 of our New Year Community Special with the Beyond Stillness Stroke and TBI Survivor Group. It's important to look back before looking forward. And when we look back, there are always things that we can be proud of. We're used to focusing on the negative. And today we're patting ourselves on the back by sharing a positive, something that we are proud of ourselves for in the past year. And in 2025, moving forward, something that we want to focus on, which could be a mindset, it could be something social, it could be something emotional, it could be something mental, it could be something physical. So we just spent some time thinking about it. Whoever wants to share first, will kick us off.
I'll start off. It seems to be a default that I always start off. Okay, so we're focusing on first 2024 and then what's on for the rest of the year. Molly and I met late last year when I reached out to her through her organization in relation to my memoir, which is a book I wrote about my stroke recovery, and I published that last year in October. It took about 12 years to write. I had my stroke in 2009. So it was a long time in a progress where sometimes it would stop and start. There was a period of time where it just didn't feel like it was ever going to get finished. And then 2023, I just dedicated myself to finishing it. And it took another year, and that's what I achieved in 2024, which is publish my book, which is about my stroke recovery.
Yeah.
So that covers last year. Sorry. And this year, I'm just going to continue on with that and continue to promote my book. I took a little break over Christmas. Was a bit overwhelmed. Christmas is a bit of a stressful period. So I took a little break, and now I'm just back on this week. I've just started regrouping and working out which direction I want to continue on. That's the plan for this year. And I'm also a musician, so I'm also planning to continue to release music. I've got stuff in the pipeline already, so that's going to be happening this year.
Prolific. I love it. Thank you, Antonio.
Molly knows lots about it because we've talked extensively about it. So it's been out for a little while. It's going great. It feels so good to finally finish it. So good. Whatever happens from here is a bonus, but just that feeling to accomplish that task after so long of wanting and dreaming and pursuing and stopping and starting it, yeah, it feels great. So, and one last thing, it's been a bit of a blessing because, you know, as we all know, stroke is quite a difficult journey, and when you are able to accomplish things, it just puts everything into perspective that, hey, it's not as bad as it could be. So that's what it's given me, is just that sense of pride and passion. And
That's awesome. Congratulations.
thank you.
And
That's cool.
Antonio, if you don't mind, I'd love to maybe ask Molly for your contact information because I also want to write a book and I've been sort of dabbling in it, but I've not made tremendous progress. But I'm really wanting to do it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, reach out to Molly. Happy to share my details. If you want to chat, I can give you some pointers. And it took me a long time to write, but yeah,
I would love to.
I
I would
learned.
love to do that.
Yeah. Cool. No worries, man. You're open to that.
One of my favorite things is connecting people. So I'll do that after this meeting.
And you do it so well, Molly.
Thanks.
All right, I'll go ahead and go. For 2024, it's the never give up attitude. I pushed through a lot of struggles for this past year. Hadn't been the year I wanted to be completed, but a lot of struggles, personal struggles, physical struggles. Got through it all. Stayed focused as much as I could. And the other part of 2024 was the new friends and relationships I've made along the way through Molly's group and other Facebook groups, and just meeting with a lot of people. And then for 2025, it's a whole new focus and back to recovery, back to things I should have been doing last year, but it's a refocus for this year. And I've contacted another doctor, got some new ideas going on, and we'll start working on my left side some more. And hopefully the end of this year will be a really good one.
Awesome.
Nice work, John. Good stuff.
Oh, awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
John, you're a superhero always. I love the way that
No,
you.
I'm the Grinch. Don't try that. I'm the Grinch.
May I go?
Yes, Calvin.
Hello, everyone. My name is Calvin Randall. Hub, I wrote a book as well. Antonio, I wrote a book. Here's my book. It's What God Did in 31 Days.
That's awesome.
Now,
That's incredible.
it's out
What
there.
is the name? What's the name again?
What God Did in 31 Days.
I love it.
Wow.
That's cool.
Awesome.
The reason why I named it that, because I stayed in the hospital for 31 days when I had my stroke. When I had 2 strokes, I had one on a Monday, then I didn't even know nothing about it. Then come Tuesday, I went to work, didn't know, I just thought I was tired or whatever. Went to work Wednesday, I'm like, I can't do this, something is wrong. And when I went to the hospital, they told me, Mr. Randall, you had a stroke on Monday and you having a stroke Wednesday today. And so I had 2 strokes in 1 week and they paralyzed me. Now here to go, it's almost 7 years for me now. What I did in 2024, I used to beat myself up and say like, why this happening to me? Why this going on to me? Why it couldn't happen to someone else? But I had to take a wake-up call with God. God said, why not you? And it made me think, wow, this is really, really something. But this year, that's why I don't make no resolution for New Year's or whatever. I just give in God, have God, whatever God have me to do. I focus myself with that and just keep moving. But I really want to do this year. I even started a stroke support group as well. So I'm finna start that back up next month. So if any of you all want to come, you're welcome to come. You know, we have different doctors. We have home care workers. We we have each other that we can feed off each other, which I really love because everybody's stroke is completely different, and I like hearing stories. I got a friend on here now, whose name is Rick. Me and him was in recovery together. We fed on each other, to get each other's strength. And I think it's good that we can talk and be among each other, not just as once a month. Maybe I think, Molly, maybe you could get a chart with everybody's number or they phone them if you want to be bothered, so we can always encourage each other. I think the encouraging part when you have a good family or a good source of people behind you, it'll motivate you even more. It motivates you even more to do more. So I'm striving 2025 to be the best I can be. Better husband, better father, better friend, and I love all you all. Y'all take care.
Oh,
Good job.
and
That's
being the
awesome.
best you are, you're inspiring us to be the best we are too. And I love that idea. So I'm going to send an email out to you, anyone who wants to participate. You can send
in.
numbers so that I can connect you. Thank you, Calvin.
Can I go next?
Please, Hub.
Okay, 2024, I got two things in mind, if that's okay. Two things I'm really proud of. Number one is one of our friends on here, a few squares below Molly on my screen, John Loomis. I found connected with John on just a different Facebook stream one day, and we became friends on the social medias. And he really motivates me to walk, and we do some walks and stuff together. And 2024 was the first time I ever met him in person in real life. And he was Deadpool that day, and I loved it. And we walked in a 5K. And that day that I met Deadpool and walked 5K in October 2024, I did it 45 minutes faster than in October 2023. And I was so proud of that to do it so much faster. And I've really dialed in my mind to get faster next time. And so John, next year, if you're whoever you are next year, I'm gonna walk this whole thing in about 2 hours. So get ready.
Whatever personality shows up, right?
Yeah. I was so excited for that, and I'm so glad we're still in touch. And the other thing I did, which I'm really proud of, which seems a little bit strange maybe for some people, is I got divorced. And what a
Cluster.
relief to move on and really think about getting around people that are complimentary and not critical of me and my situation. And that was good for me, and that was a hard decision, but I'm just I'm so at peace with it now, and just being able to just move and really think about me and what can I do to be better.
It's good. Mate, I went through something similar in the beginning of my recovery, and I got to this place where it was for the best, and I was able to focus on me, just like your mindset, mate. Just focus on getting well, getting better, and not having to worry about the dynamics of a relationship that was unsteady. So, yeah, good for you, mate.
Yeah, thank you. And I was a party to a failed marriage, and you know what? That's just the way it was. And I'm at peace with that, and I'm gonna focus on me and move on. And I'm pretty excited about it. I
That's
mean,
cool.
it's probably not a path I would have chosen, but here we are. None of us would have picked to have a brain injury, but
No.
here we are. And there's plenty to be excited about.
Yeah. Appreciate your words, Hub. But I've been there with you for a while, and if you're ready for next year, I'm ready for it too. We maybe
I'll
team
be
up and
there.
figure out a duo costume for next year. Maybe we'll figure something out.
Yeah, if you wear Deadpool again, I'll be Wolverine. I'm with you.
That's great. Great to have stroke survivor buddies. I must admit that's been an enormous help for me through my recovery.
Absolutely.
I'll go, Molly.
Yeah.
So I know some of you guys already know my story. In 2015, I had a stroke in June, and I had a second one in September. Then I had a third one in October, all in the same year. This year, my 91-year-old dad had a stroke in June, had a second one in September, had a third one in October. I'm now home. So he the exact same trajectory that I was on. So I've been home taking care of him, being a caretaker to him. And that's not necessarily what I'm proud of, because that sounds a little arrogant. But what I'm really proud of is that I've been able to take everything that I learned through my stroke and through my recovery and help him and advocate for him and fight for him and teach him and educate my family. And it's one of those things where I'm like, oh, this happened for a reason. Like my strokes weren't an accident. Like they weren't an accident. I forgive me, I think it was Calvin that said, you had that like why me moment. And I talked about this with Molly when we did my episode, and I had those rants to God where I was like, what do you want? What are you trying to teach me? What do you want from me? Like, and why me? And then I flipped it from why me as in like, why did I have a stroke? And flipped it to why me as in like, why did I survive when a lot of people don't? And that's when everything shifted for me. And I learned so much from like, oh, I'm here for a reason. And when I get onto the 2025, I can talk about this later. But just like Antonio and other people, I've been writing a book, and that's my. And thank you so much for saying that it took you 12 years to do it, because I've been working on mine for about 8, and I'm not done yet.
Hey, I feel better now.
Yeah, no, you just gave me so much inspiration by saying that it took you 12, and I'm like, yeah, we've got brain injuries. It's going to take us a minute. But some of you know, I wrote a play about my strokes, and I went to produce it, and the pandemic hit and shut the play down, but turned it into a radio play, and like people have heard it, and it's gotten out there. So through this whole journey of taking care of my dad, I've actually started writing part 2 of my play. The play that I wrote is called A Lesson in Swimming. And I think the second one's going to be called A Lesson in Swimming Part 2, The Second Wave. And just how everything that I learned has helped me with my dad. Anyway, I'll stop
you. Yeah, right. Michael, can I just say, I listened to your interview with Molly, and I really enjoyed it, mate. It was great. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It was a great time. We had a good time together.
Yeah, as soon as you said you were a playwright, the penny dropped and I knew who you were. Good job.
Michael, you brought in a lot of really important points. In time, looking back, sometimes more life experiences need to happen before we answer the why me in a different way.
Yep.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
In the past year, I have been working with memory trouble and speech and also therapist for that time. This year, I want to stop comparing myself to how I was before my stroke.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
Ooh, that's a tough one, Richard, and requires a consistent and conscious effort.
I was going to go after Antonio just to keep it in alphabetical order, but that's okay. Anyway, it's still alphabetical order. One of my accomplishments last year, 2024, is continuing to do my writing. And writing is very satisfying for me. I'm not writing a book, but maybe it will eventually be an anthology, which I'll self-publish probably. But just recently, one of the stories which I had written a while ago, I guess you could say it was published, The Footloose Disabled Sailing Group puts out a newsletter, and I submitted it to that, and they put it in their newsletter, which I'm proud of. And this year, I wrote in my notebook or my journal my intentions for the year, which I try to do every year. Anyway, a couple of my intentions. One is to be compassionate. Actually, self-compassion is my intention. To be content, compassionate to myself.
Thank you, Barry.
Mm.
Barry, I love that you write your intentions down. There's something about saying them aloud and writing them down that make them stick in our consciousness a little bit more, or just we always need reminders. So maybe we say them aloud to somebody else, like the group, or write them down in a place that reminds us what we're shooting for. Thank you, Barry.
I think that's, I do the same. I get a lot out of that, is just focusing on what I want to achieve. Good stuff, Barry.
I think I'll go. Yeah, can you hear me on this one?
Yeah, Jason.
I'm really hard on myself, like a workaholic. So it's been 3 months now that I had a heart attack after 2 strokes. So I'm constantly still pushing myself and working on some Spartan races right now. I'm not doing the book thing, but I'm writing a comic book. I kind of went in a different direction. And I do media, so I stay very, very active, although against like doctor's orders. And I shouldn't be doing that. I shouldn't be going as hard as but um I just need I think for 2025 I just would be kind of like mindful, not as stupid as I was last year, but that's easier said than done. So it's yeah, I just got that mentality. Come from a military family. So father was kind of rough on me in sports. So I don't really know how to slow down, but hopefully everything goes I would say according to plan. It's good that you wrote that book. That's a long time. I'm trying to minimize on that with this comic book thing. I said jumping into the water with that one, but it's different. Oh, and Molly, I'm working on a writing class right now, so I'm also doing that better. Trying to get better. I was gonna say thanks to all of you guys on my first time meeting all of you. I'm like, I like to hear the stories. It's awesome. I'll say keep pushing it. Yeah.
Nice
And
one,
thank you,
Jason.
Molly,
Good.
for bringing everybody together too.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
But
absolutely.
Jason,
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that you recently had a heart attack. Wanted to let you know I'm a nutrition educator and coach,
Ah,
and I'd be happy to talk to you sometime about how you might increase the risk of having another heart attack.
definitely. Yeah, we could do that after that. Yeah, get your information and everything like that. That'd be great. Yeah.
Sure, happy to.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I would say all my problems went from my first stroke. It's been 10 years, but it kind of sent me into another one, into like a few years later, and then downward spiral, and I just can't keep myself going. But as long as we're still here, that's what I said. As long as everybody's still here, we're doing good.
Good stuff, Jason. I often heard from doctors that I was overdoing it and doing too much. Don't do that. I don't know. I think there comes a point where you've got to decide what feels right for you, and you can't always rely on outside input because they're not you. They don't really know how you feel. So you've just got to gauge it, mate. Like you said, you're a bit more mindful. I think that's important.
Lot. That's one of the things. As long as I don't go overboard, because I still need to be here.
Yeah.
So,
You got to respect yourself and see where your limits are, and just maybe push them a little, but then pull back when you need to. That's what I do, mate. I always pushing and pushing and pushing.
Makes perfect sense.
yeah, I like it. Yeah, slow and steady. That's why I always say slow and steady.
Absolutely. Good one.
Jason, I want to share something with you too. You know your own body, so just like everybody is telling you. Sometimes even when I'm in therapy, I feel that the people are going too rough with me. I'm like, hold on, I can't take that right now. You got to listen to your own body.
Yeah.
No, you can't let nobody tell you what you can or what you can't do. So focus on you. I love you, man.
Definitely. Same to you, bro. I like it.
Jason, I know all of our experiences are completely different,
Yes.
and all of our journeys are completely different. But something that shifted for me. I very much had a similar mindset that you did. After my stroke, I was like, I have to keep producing. I have to keep doing. I have to keep doing. And I don't know if you've experienced this or not, but I was hit with walloped with neurofatigue, post-stroke fatigue. And every time I would lay down to sleep, I'd beat myself up. I'm like, oh, you're being so lazy. You have to do something. You have to get up. You just have to work harder. You have to exercise more. And then finally one day I realized that our brains heal while we sleep. And I actually needed the sleep. And I made that mind switch where I went from you're being lazy when you lay down and take a nap to laying down and taking a nap. I'm actively participating in my own recovery right now. It was an active choice to lay down and rest because I had to. I had to allow my body, my brain to heal. And the best way I could do that was to actually rest. I don't know if that works for you or not. And I'm not telling you that that's the right way to do it, but I'm just sharing like what worked for me because I was just like you. I felt like I had to work harder. I had to exercise more. I had to do more PT. I had to keep working. And I just finally burnt myself out.
That's me. That's the second stroke that I had. That's why I pushed it too far. And then I've been fine for a while. And then heart almost stopped on me and almost gave out. It's a few years later, trying it again. But I'm slowed down this time. I got it. Yeah, thank you.
Well, we're glad you're here.
Thank you, sir. I like to hear that. Thank you for sharing that.
Of course.
Yeah. Can I go?
Yeah.
Okay. I had my stroke 4 years ago, and I just wanted to say that please share all the information with all the people, Molly, because all of you have amazing stories. And this year, I'm proud of myself for I kind of had this switch. I had a best friend that wasn't behaving very well, and out of that, I go, I'm just gonna make it I guess about me a little bit, and I discovered Mike, who's here today, and Molly, who's here today, and I just started doing all these things, and then I've out of that, I guess I'm proud of myself for putting myself out there. And in 2025, I'm out there and it's looking really good.
I double that, Brad. In our retreat group, you putting yourself out there, other people have commented on how your comments to them have been helpful. So in you stepping up to put yourself out there, other people are grateful for you doing that.
Oh, that's nice.
Thank you. So keep doing it.
All right.
Mike, welcome. Now I get the connection.
Yeah, I'm Mike. Just to give you a quick recap, Brad, that was awesome. I had a stroke 8 or 9 years ago, and it caused me the ability not to swallow. And so, and now today, 8 years later, you can see me swallowing, and I can't swallow food like I can do like soup. And I get fed through a G-tube, and the accident happened. I was a wrestling coach and a football coach, and I taught special ed. So after school, I go coach the varsity level for quite some time and really found my love at the freshman level. And I was wrestling with one of the kids one day, and an artery in the back of my neck snapped, and I went home, and I also too had a mini stroke, and I went to the hospital, and they sent me home, and then I had a major stroke, and then I spent a good month and a half, just recovering, and had to walk around with a Jaeger that sucked all my fluid out and talking. Well, yeah, that's just my story in a short bit. I think in 24, it's really amazing because I found myself. It's taken me a year to let go of some really close friends that never showed up, and I'm able to let go of that feeling now and appreciate it and be grateful that they were there, and that took a whole year for me to kind of, and then Brad comes into my life and the farm and just a lot of things. Once you come to an okay with an understanding and let yourself feel, and you can move on easier. And I think that's what it's been for you for this year. I'm just looking forward to really finding what my next purpose is. I have an 11-year-old son. Right now, I just stay home and take care of him. And I don't know if I should be a teacher or a coach, or I don't know. But that's what I hope to find this year. But thank you. And I can't wait to hear all you guys' story. And thanks for letting me in.
Thank you for sharing, Mike. Thanks for coming. And in sharing those difficult moments, like when people don't show up for us. I think it's important to give voice to that because there's a loss there. And you also were able to refocus that. So thank you for sharing that also. And who showed up in our lives that we didn't know before or that we didn't think would show up.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing both sides of that, Mike.
Thank you.
Hi, you guys. It's Sue. I saw some of you last month. My stroke was in 1991, so a lot of years ago, but came with it. I also had an aneurysm and a number of seizures after that. Last year, I think my greatest accomplishment, and I'm piggybacking of 2023, it started with Molly. And it started, remember at the end of that, the beginning of 2024. So I would say and probably for a lot of you too, being with Molly was just a godsend. She taught me so much. She brought me back to make me realize, yes, I went through it. I had the ups and downs. I went through the depression during the time. I also wanted to write a book. I wish I had known all of you guys way back then, because as I tried to write a book, I thought, I'm not good at this. I can't do this. So I got out of it. There was no one like Molly who could encourage me and us to keep going. So I would say my greatest accomplishment last year was working with you, Molly, and have you bring us out so we could take that and move that forward. And since then, I have had friends and family members that have listened to mine and all of us, and it has really helped them. So I'm so grateful for that. I would say my goal for next year, we spoke about it last month, but I don't exercise at all. And I know at this age, I need to start doing it. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. So my goal is just to go back and try and stay healthy, because I am 71. If I don't keep going and get stronger, I'm going to be sorry. So that's my goal for next year, is make sure I've got a physical therapist, and I'm going to start at least 4 to 5 times a week, do something, and maybe also ride that bike like we were talking about it last month. So hopefully. But thanks to all of you. I'm really appreciating being with all of you and learning and continuing to grow. So thank you.
Thank you, Sue.
Cool. Very cool.
It's all in you, Sue. You've got quite a story, and thank you for sharing that.
And Dan Zimmerman was with us last week, and he spoke about trike riding. Sue was mentioning the trike. She wants to try a trike.
I plan on riding mine a lot more.
Hey.
Once the weather finally breaks. At the moment, cold weather is like early onset rigor mortis.
What are you complaining about now, Stephen?
You?
Okay.
That was pretty fast, Steve. So, ladies and gents, there's a lot to be proud of. I'm thankful for each and every one of you. I'm really thankful for this past year. I am in awe of each person that I meet. Each and every one of you has not one story, but billions of stories. And I'm grateful for what you've shared with me and what you've shared with other people in the stroke community. Looking forward to the next year, I would like to extend this and welcome more people into the fold. What you are sharing here is really special, and it's pretty exciting. We had a few rehab centers and stroke organizations reach out, and they're looking for ways to collaborate with us so that we can share these stories and these community events with other people. And it's all because of you who are stepping up to support and inspire other people. So looking forward, I'm excited to grow our community. Right?
Thanks to you, Molly.
Thank you.
Thanks to you.
Thank you.
Thank you
And
to everything, Mom.
Yes.
okay,
I'm so
Leslie,
thankful. Thank you.
You're the best. You're
you're the best, Calvin. You're all the best. Thank you.
Thank you,
Next month.
Molly.
Thank you,
All right,
Molly.
everybody have a good week. Have a
You
good week.
too.
Thanks to everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Storytelling empowers us to share our experiences in a way that invites others to reflect on their own. In closing, we offer reflection questions as an opportunity to spark dialogue with yourself, friends, family, or fellow stroke survivors. I will read questions aloud, and you can also find them written in the podcast episode description. Community conversation prompts. What accomplishments or personal growth in 2024 are you most proud of? What do you hope to focus on or achieve in the year ahead?
Beyond Stillness, Stories After Stroke is made possible by our guests and tax-deductible donations from friends and listeners like you. Join us in empowering stroke survivors with stories of wisdom, purpose, connection, and hope at www.beyondstillness.org. Another way to support is to like, share, or subscribe to our weekly show. Again, thank you for devoting time and space for this week's episode of Beyond Stillness, Stories After Stroke.
Thank you for joining us for part 1 of our New Year Community Special with the Beyond Stillness Stroke and TBI Survivor Group. For the full story, please listen to part 2 of our New Year Community Special. Each colorful memory creates a parable for life's greater teachings, a compass for journeys ahead, and inspired wisdom for unique growth. Hearing these celebrations and intentions for our community is a powerful reminder of the resilience and strength that drive us all forward. As you step into the new year, we hope these stories inspire you to reflect on your own journey and the milestones, big or small, that shape your path. Remember, you are not alone. Together, we continue to foster connection, celebrate growth, and support one another in healing and hope. We'd love to hear your thoughts and celebrations. Connect with us on social media or through our website, beyondstillness.org. As part of the stroke community, you are more than supportive. You are inspirational. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with others. And consider donating to Beyond Stillness, Stories After Stroke.
you are part of the stroke community and have a story you'd like to share on the show, please contact us. Email molly@beyondstillness.org.